The real game begins after 40. You were taught from childhood that the real fun of life is in your 20s. College fun, first love, first job, a young face, a fit body, and you were bound by this thinking. You thought it was all over after 30. No women would look at you, no success would come, no opportunity would be left. But the truth is quite the opposite. A man's real life begins after 40. Why? Because now there is a story in your wrinkles. Now there is power in your silence. Now there is a weight in your walk that changes the atmosphere of the room. At 20, you had enthusiasm but no direction. At 40, you have direction, experience, and confidence. Now you don't ask for validation. Now you don't try to impress. Now your presence alone is enough. A 20-year-old boy tries to get attention. A 40-year-old man commands attention. Because now he knows that if someone wants to be in his life, they will stay of their own will, not by pressure. This maturity, this composure, this stability is the biggest magnet at any age, whether it's about women, success, or respect. Everyone comes on their own to the man who has stopped running. This is why at this age, you are no longer a boy. You become a man. And this is the stage where the real game of life begins. It's not age, but mindset that attracts. By the time they reach 40, most people assume that their time has passed. But a real man shatters this notion. Because attraction never comes from age. It comes from mental energy. When a man understands that he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, his silence becomes his influence. His every gesture, every word, every step has an effect on people. At 20, you had doubt. At 40, you have clarity. At 20, you sought approval. Now you create your own path. And this shift makes you rare. Psychology says that when a person starts living by vision instead of validation, they become an inspiration to others. Now, you neither have to show off nor please everyone. Now you just have to be true to yourself. This is the stage where your maturity becomes your signature. Your calmness becomes your magnet. Because a true man seems most attractive when he becomes the master of his emotions, not their slave. This is self-mastery, and this is true masculinity. Remember, a man is not one who speaks the loudest. A man is one whose silence becomes the answer. CT time. If you too have decided to live with direction, not validation, then like this video and comment, "I am on my path." This affirmation will awaken the masculinity within you. Why are women drawn to men in their 40s? Have you ever noticed? Seeing a man in his 40s creates a different kind of curiosity in the minds of many women. That charm doesn't come from an expensive perfume. It comes from maturity. A 20-year-old boy talks to impress, but a 40-year-old man speaks with understanding, and this difference makes him attractive. Women are drawn to men who move with calm, who don't react to everything, who know how to listen. Psychology says, for a woman, calm confidence is more magnetic than loud dominance because a woman's mind needs consistency, not chalk. She wants someone who remains steady even in chaos, who doesn't hide his weakness in front of her, but knows how to turn it into strength. There is an invisible circle of security around such a man. He makes women feel emotionally safe, and this sense of security sets him apart from others. This is not flirting. This is an energy. That energy that says, "I don't need to prove anything to you. I say everything with my presence." And this is where the real attraction begins, where there is no show-off, only depth. Remember, a man who has understood his own life becomes the meaning in someone else's life. The 3 habits that make a man invincible after 40. The age of 40 is the turning point where the boy ends and the leader is born. Here, life gives you 2 options. Either live in regret or rise with discipline and purpose and show the world who you are. And after this age, 3 habits turn a man from ordinary to extraordinary. 1. Emotional control. Before, you used to get angry. Now you understand. Before, you used to hate. Now you ignore. Before, your ego drove you. Now your intellect drives you. This maturity gives you an authoritative presence. 2. A selective circle. Living among chosen people. You no longer try to impress everyone. Now you choose quality relationships. A small, true, mature circle is your strength. The quieter the circle, the greater the light. 3. Purpose first, goals first, distractions later. In your 20s, you had dreams. At 40, it's time to fulfill them. Now the game isn't luxury, it's legacy. Your focus is no longer on showing off, but on building your own empire. These habits make one thing clear: when a man is on his mission, the world makes way for him. This isn't self-respect, it's self-mastery. And when you reach this state, you're not just attractive, you become indispensable. CTA time. If you don't want to hand the steering wheel of your life to anyone else, like this video and comment, "I am the master of my power." This line will remind you every day that you are no longer a boy, but an awakened man. And subscribe to the Filivo Hindi channel. Here, masculinity isn't romanticized, it's strengthened.